Hey everybody, today I'm going to make a turkey. I'm actually going to do a turkey breast. That's just my personal preference. Growing up, we always had the big turkey roasted on the platter and all that stuff, but as all the kids grew into adulthood, less and less of the dark meat turkey was eaten, so we just switched off to cooking a couple turkey breasts. I want you to thaw the turkey out in the fridge for a couple of days before, 1 to 3 days before, depending on how many pounds it is. That's really the best way to do it. You don't want to try to set it out on a countertop to let it thaw because of all the health concerns. Also, I don't stuff my turkey with stuffing. Also, for health concerns, it's recommended that you don't do that. If you do it, more power to you. Just make sure that your stuffing also reaches an internal temperature of 165 degrees, as well as your turkey. When you thaw out your turkey, you want to do it in a large bowl or something, just in case the packaging is punctured or anything. If there's any juices, you want it to go into the bowl and not into your fridge. I have my oven preheating to 350 degrees. I don't care about the turkey having this beautiful golden brown because I'm just going to slice it up and serve it. If you want to do it golden brown and you want to not cook it in the foil and probably treat the skin of it with a little bit of olive oil, salt and pepper, or maybe even a little bit of butter. But I'm not going to do that because I'm just more interested in a moist turkey breast. I'm also going to have a garbage bag handy to put all of the wrappings and everything I discard directly into so that I don't set it on my countertop or try to walk across the kitchen floor with a dripping bag or plastic. I have my roasting pan lined with foil that's going to be long enough that I can bring up and close my turkey off in. I want to salt and pepper the breast. I'm going to use a spoon. My hands are clean. I washed them with disinfectant soap, but just to be on the safe side. Just going to sprinkle some salt over the top of the breast. As well as some pepper. And then there's really no easy way to do this. I'm going to turn the breast upside down, and that's how I'm going to cook it. I'm also going to salt the inside. And pepper the inside as well. I didn't go over my list of ingredients. I'm just using salt, pepper, a lemon, some celery tops, some onion skins, and garlic. So I'm going to throw a couple of pieces of the lemon down in there, a couple of the pieces of the celery that I've already cut up for my stuffing. I don't need to put whole ribs of celery, we're just doing it for the flavoring. This is all going to be discarded at the end, so it doesn't matter that the tops are all dry and looking sad. Same goes with the onions. I'm just going to use what I cut off the onions. This is what I cut off of 2 onions, the skins, the tops. Throw my garlic bulb in there, whole, unpeeled. I'm just going to get whatever I can in there. And I'm cooking it breast side down because as it cooks, all the juices are going to go down into the breast, all the flavor is going to go down into the breast, and that's what we're going to eat. So that's where we want all of our flavor to be. And then I'm going to bring my foil up. Seal up the top. Bring the sides together. Seal them up. We don't want any steam escaping. We're not going to have to baste this turkey or anything because, again, we don't care about if it's going to be a pretty color brown. So if your family is all turkey eaters but you like the traditional turkey, you can still make a traditional turkey and do it all pretty and brown and present it on a platter and then cook a breast on the side. We did that a couple years too. That's my turkey. It's ready to go. It's going to go in the oven for approximately 30 minutes per pound. This is a little over 7 pounds, so it's going to be in there for about 3 hours and 45 minutes. I'm going to check it at 3.5 hours for an internal temperature at the thickest part of the breast. And again, I want an internal temperature of 165 degrees. I did take out the little gravy pack that was on the inside, so make sure that you do that. If you have a whole turkey, you want to take out the giblets and the neck and all that stuff. I washed this good, and I am going to use this later for gravy with some of the fresh turkey drippings. After your turkey roasts, you want to let it sit for at least 20 minutes so that the juices could go back into the bird. Remember, you want to check and make sure that the internal temperature is at least 165 when you get it out. You need to check that immediately. Don't let it sit before you check the temperature, because obviously the temperature will change. So I cooked it breast side down. Now I'm just going to go just with the tip of my knife along the bone a little bit. Well, not even along the bone, but you know, the middle of the breast. And I'm just going to peel the skin back, because we don't eat it and we don't need it. And obviously mine has set for longer than 20 minutes because of the way I'm handling it, but just slice off some portions. I like to also pull chunks off and serve it like this, and you can see how moist and tender the turkey is. And this is obviously going to be a lot of leftovers for us. So we make chicken or turkey tetrazzini. So that's it. Enjoy. This is a recipe for stuffing. It is not weight loss friendly because carbs. But you gotta have your stuffing with your turkey. At least I do. All in portions, all in moderation. But this is a family, actually my mom's recipe, and it's not like a cup of this and a teaspoon of that. It's just kind of eyeballing it and see how it looks. First, I'm using whole wheat bread. I just saved the peels off of bread and put them in a Ziploc baggie and put them in the freezer. I'm also using a little bit of cornbread, and I will use a little bit of the packaged herb seasoning. It's made with white bread, that's why I'm going to use as much wheat bread as I can. Onion and celery. We're going to use a couple cups of chicken broth, rubbed sage, and we may need poultry seasoning. The chicken broth that I'm using, if you can see this, it has the herbs and spices in it, so I may not need as much poultry seasoning as I would if it was just a regular chicken broth. And salt and pepper to taste, probably very little or no salt, and then cooking spray just to prepare my pan. The first thing I'm going to do is just toast up my bread a little bit. I'm just going to do that in the oven. I'm going to use a little bit of my olive oil cooking spray just so that it'll toast up. Get a little bit of brown to it. And I'm just going to put it in there until it looks right. I'll let you know about how long it is. I'm just going to crumble up my cornbread a little bit. I don't want it to be completely cornmeal-y. I want the little pieces of the cornbread in the stuffing. I don't want to overwork it because I'm going to mix the stuffing with my hands also, so it'll break it up a little bit as well. Okay, here's the bread. So I'm just going to cut it up into chunks. And here's where the no measuring thing gets kind of tricky. I don't cook the onions or celery beforehand. I like that kind of crunch in it. I'm going to add, that's probably about half a cup, maybe 3/4 of a cup of onion. Probably about as much celery, maybe a little bit more celery. Some broth. Put in some sage. It's probably, what, half a tablespoon there. Just gonna, I wish I had more cornbread, but it'll still taste good. Okay, you can see that right now I have more broth. There we go. We have more broth, and it's kind of pooling up in there. This is going to absorb. And I like a kind of moist inside, but a crunchy outside, so I'm going to let it kind of sit for a minute. I'm going to add some of the cube stuffing mix thing. A couple of handfuls. Okay, I'm going to let that sit. Let the juices kind of absorb, see where we're at. Okay, I can tell that it's a little bit too wet. See where I push it together? The juice is coming out and the stuffing starts to fall apart. So I'm going to add a little bit more of the breadcrumbs, the bread cubes. I think the whole wheat breads just lend themselves to stuffing because it gives it that rich kind of nutty flavor. Alright. There, that's more like it. Still moist, but it holds its shape a little better. Perfect. Okay. My oven is preheated to 350 degrees. I'm going to put that in my dish. Pressing it together. And then I'm just going to kind of pinch the top so that I get more kind of crusty, crumbly bits. There's the stuffing after about 45, 48 minutes in a 350 degree oven. You can see where it's still moist on the inside, but crispy up on the top. So that's it. Enjoy. Yep, I just ate a piece. That's good too. You can taste the lemon, the celery. Very good stuff. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.